apologize. You. That's rude. You have a habit of losing your in ridiculous circumstances too.
Oh!
Name them. Name them. Well, what you did was ridiculous. Name them.
Let me talk, Jesus!
Not my true friend. She's never had my back, and she's never going to have my back.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're gonna be looking at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 13, Episode 4. And it's basically, you know, the end of the Vegas trip, and everybody's getting back to, you know, the mundane of it all with their lives. And yeah, it was a good episode. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so you know, it's a day after Sutton's blow up in the car, and you know, Dorit's whole insensitive situation about Garcelle. And my whole thing with Dorit, she talks, she doesn't listen, and then she took it on, made it seem about her. And my whole thing is just like, girl, she's telling you how she feel, and you're trying to basically be like, well, you know, at what point do we get over it? Okay, well, at what point do we get over the whole break-in?
Ma'am.
Right, it's insensitive as hell. So for her to even, and then it's like you already played in her face with laughing at her kids, and then you let PK say what he said, and you just sitting back. At the end of the day, you are an extension of your husband. So at the end of the day, if he did that, you did it too. So, you know, we see the girls getting ready for lunch, and they're basically, you know, separating. So it's going to be Dorit, Kyle, Garcelle, Sutton, Crystal, and Erica all going on their separate lunches. You know, Dorit, she talks about, you know, she FaceTimes PK, and PK's like, yeah, you know, how was Magic Mike? She was like, it was great, you know, a little bit of drama with Sutton, but you know, it is what it is. PK's like, yeah, I went out with Mauricio, and you know, he's telling me that, you know, last year with Kyle was kind of like shaky. And Dorit's like, okay, well, that's the same thing Kyle's saying, so you know, something might be going on. Kyle FaceTimed Mauricio, and you know, they're just touching bases, checking in, doing, you know, the husband wife thing. But it definitely seems like they're not trying to find that time and space to connect with each other. And you know, they both have busy lives, they're both traveling. So it's like, at the end of the day, if you're both for traveling and things like of that nature, how can you come together and find those special moments to be a unit, you know? So we see Crystal and Erica, they go to lunch and they sit down, and you know, Crystal looks really good. You can tell that she got glam. They basically talking about Sutton, how Sutton basically got mad, and you know, she's just mad because she didn't get picked. Overall, that's just the bottom line. And you know, they talk about how Sutton's always overreacting, and you know, Erica's just like, look, I'm at peace. I'm not letting her energy bother me. It is what it is. But Erica, you say that, but the first opportunity to take, you did, right? We see Garcelle and Sutton go on a gondola. Oh, they're over here talking about the feelings. Garcelle's opened up, says, you know, she feels happy that she opened up, but she feels like Dorit did not receive what she's talking about, and she didn't. But mid-conversation, Mr. back here is over here just like, baby. I would have turned around like, sir?
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
I'm trying to talk. So we transfer over to Kyle and Dorit, and they're talking about Garcelle. And you know, Dorit feels like, you know, wow, just Garcelle, I just didn't think that she'll come from that place, and she's still holding on to it. It's just wow.
It's not a judgment on her. She has to be able to be honest. But I know, I just feel like, wow.
I'm like, girl, what you mean, wow? Explain that, ma'am. But, you know, they didn't, and they segue over to Kyle, and she's just like, you know, my marriage is not going in the direction that I would want it to, but I don't see any signs of, like, anything's going to happen. I feel like with Kyle, she is, because they question her, like, girl, you're not drinking, you're over here working out, you're doing this, that, and the third. And I feel like when people are planning a breakup, or when people are planning to leave a situation, and they focus on themselves, the first thing that majority of people do is work out, and because that's something you can control. Working out is something you can change in your body. That's something you can control. That's in your hands, right?
Oh, not drinking and distancing yourself. Listen, selfishly, and when I tease and say, oh, Kyle, come on.
So I feel like with Kyle, she stopped drinking. She over here started working out. She's caring about her appearance. She's caring about what she's doing. And for me, I felt that's a telltale sign that maybe she might be leaving. Hence the reason with Lenny, Big Back Lenny from Miami, when Lisa was like, this is the best he ever looked. He's looking amazing. Oh my God, his body is great.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Well, Dorit questions Kyle. Dorit questions Kyle about not drinking. She's just like, look, I feel like you're not being your normal self. And Kyle's just like, I don't have to drink to be myself. I can basically do the same thing I was doing beforehand and not have a drink. Y'all didn't know that when y'all thought I was drinking shots, I was drinking over here club soda, or it's just certain things like that. So I agree with her as well. You don't have to be intoxicated to have fun, right? Transport back over to Crystal and Erica, and you know, it's basically the episode of 21 questions. Crystal's asked all the questions, and I'm just like, girl, I'm not mad. So Crystal's just like, you know,
do you miss your old life, your rich life, your life with money, your life with the big house, your life with the airplane? Do you miss all of that?
Yeah!
And Erica's like, look, at the end of the day, obviously, I miss the house. I miss the private jets. I miss all of that. I miss the money. But she's just like, you know, at the end, I'm fighting to get myself back to where I was before. And, you know, we see the flashback of Tom snapping at her, because she's just like, you know, I want to have independence. And towards the end of our relationship, he was so cold to me, and this and the third.
Nothing was harmonious. We had both descended into resentment for each other, and that is when your marriage is over.
You know, I'm happy that she's trying to find her way back to herself. And like she said, like the 2 years beforehand, she was an asshole. She was vicious, and she was hands down. Like for me, not showing empathy and not doing these things make it seem like to me that you just don't give a fuck that these people have lost this money and this and the third. And she has not mentioned none of that since. Maybe she can't, I don't know. But for me, it just seems a little harsh that these people are still out here without the money allegedly that they won. So it's still kind of a catch-22. So we jump back to Kyle and Dorit, and you know, they talk about how Mauricio's in sales. He's always at these parties and events, and Kyle's like, I don't want to go. I want to be at home. I want to read a book. I want to do that. But I'm just like, Kyle, you say that, but you're on a TV show and y'all travel, y'all go out, y'all do things. So I feel like it's kind of one of those things where I wish she would have said, like, he's going to these events where there's alcohol and this and the third. I just don't want to go because I just don't want to go. Don't be like, I want to stay home and read a book. Girl, you just don't want to go to his stuff because you be out. Meow. And Dorit basically is just like, you know, she asked the pivotal question. How do you sustain a marriage when y'all are on opposite directions?
So like, in that aspect, we're kind of like, you know, going in different directions.
She tears up and starts to cry a little bit. And, you know, I feel like this is the canon moment because I feel like it clicked in her head like, how do you sustain a marriage and you feel like you're going the opposite direction? That is the question. We're back at the house and we see all the girls getting ready with their glam. You know, they're talking about their day, how, you know, Garcelle and Sutton, after the gondola ride, went to go eat lunch with Oliver, and they talk about the whole Vanderpump Rules kiss with Raquel. And one thing we didn't know is the fact that he was already in the midst of separating. And mind you, he didn't come out after everything aired. He took the backlash. He didn't come out. Everybody was on the wife's side like, how could you do this? But he was like, look, I didn't even explain it. It was what it was. It is what it is. You see all the girls, they get dressed up in their cowgirl outfits. You know, they look good. They're trying to plan to go to this country bar. But first, they're over here going to lunch. Why does Kyle look like the girl from Rock of Love Rodeo? Yeah. So, you know, they first go to dinner. Everybody's ordering their food, their drinks. You know, Kyle get her mocktail. And they play this game with questions. Like I said, questions are always messy. But, you know, this one wasn't as messy. He said, is monogamy natural for humans? And Erica's like, no. Not at all. I know in the lionesses, they go after the young adult lions to basically get the bloodline, have the strong bloodline, and this, that, and the third. And then Dorit's is just like, same thing I was thinking, like, girl, you talk about this, that, and the third, about the young lion, girl, you got Scar. You got the oldest bitch in the motherfucking pride. Girl, you set yourself up, girl. Okay. As you know, if you find out that that's your partner was being unfaithful one time, would you leave after that one time? Kyle's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
And then she was just like, girl, there's so many rumors going on in the streets about, you know, me over here cheating or Mauricio over here cheating. Do you think I would stay if he was cheating? But, you know, that's just me. So they go to the country bar. You see everybody on the bull. riding the bull. I was like, yeah, see, this is my thing. I would ride the bull. Just
Don't ride the bull.
Miss Sutton, the girl is a bag of bones. So my whole thing is, she's like, please be careful with me. Don't shake it. Don't drop me. Don't do this. Girl, you're riding a bull. What are we doing? So she's over here just... I'm like, girl, get off. Get her ass off. She playing too many games. But the next day, towards the end of the episode, we see the ladies. They're leaving, heading towards the elevator. And you know, sometimes the stars do align, and it's just crazy. Maybe it's just production. I don't know. The elevator opened, and it's two guys from the Magic Mike show. And Erica was like, oh my God. She's like, so Sutton, do you want to over here apologize now after you said the show was shitty? I said, ooh. Ooh.
Here's your chance to apologize. Here's your chance to apologize to my friend who you said was over the top and the show was shitty.
So Sutton was like, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth. She was like, no, you said the show was shitty. Do you want to apologize? She's like, look, I just thought the spread eagle thing was just, you know, wasn't my thing. I didn't like it, this and the third. And, you know, Sutton tells her, like, girl, don't lie. Erica was like, oh, I didn't lie. Erica, you kind of did, because she didn't say the show was shitty. So, I mean, did she cause a scene? She did. But the dancers just like, you know, maybe I can come next time and, you know, stay for the whole show and enjoy it, right?
Spread eagle.
Maybe you guys come again next time and see the whole show.
I would love to do that.
It gets real horrible at the end.
I know, I missed the good parts, but
So Sutton get in the sprinter and she tells Erica to embarrass me was mean, period. And Erica was like, we had a great time, but you know, I heard that you didn't and you made it a big deal. Erica's like, at the end of the day, you got heated and it was what it was. And she's just like, girl, you get heated all the time too. So don't even sit here trying to sit up here and try to make it seem like it's on me. So then, you know, as we see Dorit hops in, she sits in the middle of them and she's trying to converse back and forth with Sutton, and Kyle is just like, girl, you're unhinged.
in the lobby because you seem unhinged. Calm down.
Sutton's like, oh, please. I'm not even talking about this. Erica was like, because you're cornered? You're not going to talk about it because you're cornered?
That's ad nauseum. Why? Because you feel cornered? Oh, with y'all? No, I don't need.
They ping ponging. Sutton was a little gagged at that part. She was like, started crying. I'm just like, girl. At the end of the day, y'all be tag teaming too, so don't over here. You can't see. It's just funny when people get in the hot seat. They don't know how to back people off them. As Erica and Daryl say, girl, you gotta learn how to back them off of you, right?
I want my 20%, bitch.
So Dorit was just like, you know, why did you leave? Why did you leave? And Garcelle's just like, I wish you would have went after her. And Dorit was like, well, why couldn't you take her from a 10 to a 2? Like, why could you do that? She's like, girl, because I'm not her therapist. I'm her friend. So what are you even talking about?
10. She was 10. I told you, but could you take her from a 10 to a 2? I'm not her therapist. I'm her friend.
So I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I'm done with the conversation. They end it and they get on the plane and it's over, right? The next day we see the girls, they back in Beverly Hills, right? And we see Erica and Garcelle go out for lunch and they look great. I'm happy that can come on a one accord in a good place. Garcelle's like, I'm happy that we can actually sit in front of each other and actually have a decent conversation and be on good terms. They talk about motor mouth Dorit.
You know, I like Dorit, but I just feel like when we talk, we're not understanding each other. I think for someone who talks so much, she doesn't listen.
And how she just talk. And Garcelle's like, when I expressing myself and she doesn't even give me the empathy to understand where I'm coming from and then project it onto herself and make herself to be the victim, I don't like that. And like I said, Dorit was acting like a Karen, period. And then they talk about Sutton, how Sutton just went up and Garcelle said something that question. I was like, ugh. So Garcelle basically told her, like, you know, maybe it comes to a point where I might not need to defend Sutton. Maybe she has to defend herself and fight her own battles. I'm like, ooh. And I get that. Like, when it comes to my friends, like, verbally, I can get in the ring with the best of them, right? Physically, I can get in the ring with the best of them. My friends cannot. It's one of those things where I've seen situations where my friends, we out the club, something happened, they over here, da, 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 da. My friends, like, sometimes I just try to step back because I'm just like, look, I need to chill because I can take it from a 5 to a 25. We don't need that. So it's just one of those things where it's like, sometimes you have to step back because I can't keep fighting your battles because I'm not going to always be there. So it's one of those things where you're just like, I get it. I get Garcelle's reservations on fighting Sutton's battles all the time. especially when Sutton's going up against Kyle. Because at the end of the episode, when Kyle was going back and forth with Sutton.
Dorit, excuse me. I'm not done with what I'm saying.
Okay. Let me know when you're done, because I would like to.
Don't talk to me like that.
I was like, ooh. Ooh. Because Sutton was like, name him. Because basically, Kyle was telling Sutton, like, girl, you act out, you get unhinged, and there's a lot of things you do that you blow up on situations that shouldn't be blown up.
You. That's rude. You have a habit of losing your in ridiculous circumstances too.
And then, name him. I'm like, baby, when I tell you, Kyle, you better eat her up. It's your opportunity. She told you to name him. List. I'm sorry, Sutton. You basically told her, you gave her the invitation to eat your ass up. And if Kyle can get it together, she might do it.
When you didn't have a gift at Lisa Rinna's house, and then you had to say your ugly leather pants, you lost your there. It's a show.
But we'll see in the next episode, y'all. This was a good episode. It just basically moved the story along. But I hope you guys like and enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a guy stop a jolly, break your ear here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around. Cause